Well, Light, it's all over.
Hello guys, welcome back to my reaction channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Death Note episode 22. Guys, the last episode, Misa pulled a fast one on all of us, man. And she actually managed to record the main Kira, the current Kira, and show it to Light and L. That's how the episode ended. Okay, and man, I'm telling you, L is still skeptical. L is still like, what? How the hell did a blonde like you develop such a brain all of a sudden? You know, I'm kidding. But guys, bruh, this is getting interesting, okay? And the fact, I was thinking about this the other day. Bruh, we don't know anything about L. Like, when you think about it, from the beginning of this series, we have nothing. We don't even know his name, man. Nothing, his background, Are they ever gonna tell us? I mean, I understand it, but it's an interesting approach, because usually, like, you know, by watching Naruto, the show usually tells us, at least, everything about a character, and then we get to see how they find out. But no, like, this show is keeping us in the dark. Everybody, even us. We don't know anything about him. I mean, I understand that Light shouldn't know anything about him, because he would be able to kill him and find his name and all that. But we haven't got a clue about him. And I'm excited about that, man. The other day I was like, bruh, we don't know. Like, we don't know, like, who his parents are. Where does he come from? We just know that apparently he's Batman. So guys, I'm excited about this, man. So we're going to be jumping right into this one. But before we do, if you enjoy my reactions, feel free to share, subscribe, like, leave a comment, ring that bell for notifications, guys. Follow me on Instagram, join my Discord server, and my Patreon page. Without further ado, let's jump right into this reaction. Let's go, man.
And once you're fully convinced I'm the real thing, you and I can get married.
She got the recording and showed it to
based
them.
on what he said, Higuchi is Kira.
Yeah, that was guidance. Okay, that's the title of this episode. But look at Al. Al is just... he looks a bit crazy, not gonna lie. Look at the eyes.
If the killing of criminals stops now, then there's no doubt that Higuchi is the one with Kira's
Yeah.
However, I knew Amane would do almost anything for Light, but to think that she would actually go this far? If criminals do stop dying after this, it will make it difficult to determine a critical element, how Kira conducts his murders. I have to think of a plan.
But if the killings stop, that doesn't determine that this guy... Okay, so she might be clearly... You know, she might be clearing Light's name, but what if Light was still Kira? He could just stop killing, and then they can pin it on this guy, you know, but then this guy wouldn't say this, so yeah, okay. So she told him even that he's gonna stop killing, so that was smart of her, man.
Misa, how did you get Higuchi to confess?
Exactly.
That guy's totally in love with me. All I had to do was tell him I'd marry him if he was really Kira. Plus, I managed to convince him that I'm the same.
That's not love, that's lust.
If I didn't say this now, I'd probably end up contradicting my story later.
She had to.
Misa, you idiot!
She had to.
Didn't I tell you to deny all that?
But now we know Higuchi's Kira, right? So what's the problem? Can't we just catch him?
The problem is that now L is gonna be even more sus of you two, because if that guy believed you, means you were convincing, okay? So...
I suppose this is what you would call a victory, right, Matsuda? But right now, we still don't know exactly how he kills his victims, do we? Yes, that's what I'm saying.
They're on the same
Before we move to arrest Higuchi,
brain path.
I want to find out how he kills people. And if the criminals stop dying, we won't be able to figure it out, unless we come up with another...
It's like they have the same brain, man!
Yes. At any rate, even if we do arrest Higuchi, we're not going to do it until we're certain that criminals have stopped dying. Let me think about this for a moment. Wait.
Yeah,
An update on the current situation, please.
everything's going smoothly. We should be able to track 70% of their movements using our cameras inside the office building.
What about outside the office?
That's not going to be possible with just Watari and me.
What if you focus solely on Higuchi?
Higuchi? I've only been able to enter the houses of 5 of the men so far. But Nido, Namikawa, and Higuchi all have super high-tech security systems. Especially Higuchi. He recently constructed a dampening room that shuts out any electronic waves. It took me 2 days just to break into the place.
This guy sure does sound
Oh, yep.
suspicious.
Yep. He's just confirming.
Then begin installing microphones, trackers, and cameras, but not in the house. Instead, just put them in every car.
What? After getting this far? Do you know how difficult it is to break into someone's house? Besides, do you have any idea of how many cars this guy has?
No, he has 6.
Fine then. I just have to install them in all his cars, right?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, that's smart because he doesn't think that he's being bugged in his car, man, you know? But as we saw, he does, when he was with Misa, he revealed everything in the car. So that's smart. That's smart that he's gonna be bugging cars because apparently he is very careful at home.
Oh, if Higuchi had been bugged earlier, I would have been in big
Yup,
trouble.
exactly. Exactly. She would have, because she killed a person. Okay, Al would have been like, bruh, you know. So then maybe he did it. Honestly, did you see his reaction? He was like, it's almost as if he could hear her thoughts. So maybe he does know. Maybe he does know that she's the second kid. I mean, she's not, but that something's fishy going on, you know?
Light, I'm sorry to keep coming back to this topic. I'll just get
You're
rid of it
Kira.
tonight. What is it? Do you remember killing anyone?
I knew it, man. I love it.
Are you still going on about that? Look, I'm not kid. How many times I just want you to answer the question. Well, do you remember?
He's devising a theory right now, and I'm completely on his side because what Misa just did proved it, man. I would have been like, okay, Light is Kira 100%, man. If she's willing to go this far, bruh.
No, I don't. Misa, what about you?
I don't remember. How could I? Because I'm not Kira.
And if he has a recording of her,
Look, Light, please listen to what I'm about to say. I'd like you to thoroughly analyze my current theory. This could determine the way in which we end up catching
okay, he has a theory.
Light Yagami used to be Kira. Kira's power has somehow passed on to another person. Light Yagami now has no memory of ever being Kira. I need your analysis based on these assumptions. Do you think you can do that for me?
Bruh,
Yeah.
he's not gonna let it go. In his book, Light is Kira.
Light Yagami used to be Kira. Kira's power has somehow passed on to another person. Was that because Light Yagami wanted it to happen? Or was there someone else in control of Light, lurking in the background, who gave him the power? Was it that person who passed Light's powers to someone else?
Bruh, this, oh my god, and I love how the way they do it, man, the way they speed things up and the overall energy, man, I love it. Did you hear how he just explained it? You know, it's just awesome. And the fact that he's actually running towards the Shinigami, man. Somebody, like, they weren't controlling Light, and this, he got it both, man. He got the fact that this is all a part of Light's plan, and that there's something else behind him, was something behind him that transferred the pump, bruh. Al is just, I love it.
Given your premise, it would be my will.
So he...
Yes, of course. If there is a third party with the ability to bestow or transfer Kira's power, and they didn't want their method to be discovered, it makes no sense that they would wait so long to transfer it from you to the next Kira. If we believe that this was the work of some being watching us from above, then we'd have to accept that they are impossible to catch. Not to mention, I'd already be dead.
True.
At the very least, I'm being made to be a fool by eternally dancing in the palm of someone's hand. It's highly unlikely that such a being exists.
Okay.
Even if Light Yagami was Kira's power can only be transferred by the will of the person who possesses it. Thank you, Light. I can now say that I feel 99% better.
Bruh, okay, the fact that he actually asked for his honest opinion and Light was like, given your premise, it would be my will. because if he was to choose between those two choices, somebody controlling him or he himself controlling the situation, he would have do it himself. So now Al knows that if that was indeed the case, this was all part of Light's plan, man. And yeah, he even managed to figure out the fact that there was a being standing like right behind him, wherever. But you know, they weren't pulling all the punches. Light was. Man, Al is so... I love it. You have to love it, man. Watari.
We'll create a situation where Higuchi will not be able to pass on his power to anyone else. We'll have him show us how he kills.
So, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to trick Higuchi using Sakura TV.
Like a hidden camera show!
What?
We'll use the Kira special that Demegawa airs every week. We'll book a 3-hour time slot. It'll be announced that Kira's identity will be revealed near the end of the special.
Would anyone actually buy that, though? This is Sakura TV, after all. For all we know, Higuchi might not even watch that program.
I just feel that they're bashing on my girl Sakura from Naruto, man. Like, this is Sakura TV after all. You know, imagine Sakura TV being a show where they only show Sakura, our girl Sakura. There would be so much hate.
We'll get Namikawa to call in and say, "This is bad. Turn on your TV." That should be enough to get him watching. Higuchi will buy it once he realizes that the special guest on TV is someone who knows his secret.
Oh,
I get it. So we'll be using Iber then. He'll reveal that he was a spy all along.
No, I'm afraid you're incorrect. We will not be using Iber.
okay, well, you don't need to use they just need to use anybody that says that they had a confrontation with the real Kira or something like, I don't know, man, maybe Misa. Maybe Misa can go on, you know? So...
Whoever appears on the show has to be someone who Higuchi believes he'll be able to kill. In other words, it has to be someone whose name you can look up easily.
But we're never gonna find a person like that, are we?
Matsuda!
You're the only one who can do it.
Yes!
Matsuda. Higuchi probably thinks that you were listening in on their meeting and overheard their plans to kill people. It would make sense that Misa's manager, who he thought was dead, is the one revealing his secret.
That's right. We'll have Sakura TV use a voice filter and frosted glass to
Well,
protect her identity. Higuchi will probably realize from the announcement in the silhouette that it's the manager, Taro Matsui. And just to make sure, we'll have the studio mess up and accidentally reveal your face from behind the phone.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, but he ain't gonna be able to see it's him, so how he's not gonna, you know?
Wow, that sounds exciting.
Until the show ends, the announcer will keep saying they'll reveal the full name of H, who's acting as Kira.
Higuchi would feel cornered. He'd have no choice but to find out the manager's name as soon as possible. We can anticipate what actions he'll take.
We'll witness his killing method. After that, we arrest him. There is one potential problem with this.
Bruh, all of this...
If Higuchi can kill by simply looking at someone's face, just like the second Kira, Matsuda will die.
Bruh, I was just about to say, this all coincides with the fact that I've been saying that Al he's just sacrificing people. I mean, so far nobody got to die, but he put a lot of people in a lot of life-threatening situations in order to prove his theories. Which tells me he also doesn't care. Like Light, when he had Death Note, he didn't care about anybody because anybody who stood in his way of him getting his justice would have died. Same goes for Al, man. Yeah, he's on the side of justice, you know, a legal system, but he also put Light's father in a life and death situation where in the car now Matsuda, a bunch of more people, man. He doesn't care, man. So when you think about it and compare the two, they're the same, man, okay? Just morally wise, Al is on the legal side, even though he's doing illegal shit all the time, bugging people's houses and shit, you know? So that's just, come on, man.
Considering the fact that you're still alive, and how he's pursuing Misa, I doubt that's the case.
At any rate, we're only going to do this once criminals stop dying. We'll have to wait for 2 or 3 days to see whether or not that happens. In the meantime, Matsuda will have to decide if he wants to go through with this plan.
And he's always giving them a choice, like now, but at the same time, he's putting him in a difficult situation because he's a coward.
I don't need 2 or 3 days to decide. I want to do
Yeah,
this.
man, obviously, I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen, okay? And come on, I'm not even all of this just to find how he kills. I mean, it is interesting. I love it, but at the same time, it just proves my point. L and Light are the same, man. Just morally wise, you would be like, oh, L is in the right because he's on the legal side, but when you think about it, they're the same. No rules. That spirit, Death Note will remain. The ownership of this Death Note is usually carried over to Look, that's a long rule, man. Okay, I didn't know this one. One more. Only by touching each other's Death Note can human individuals who own the Death Note in the human world recognize the appearance or voice of each other's god of death. Okay, yeah, we learned this when Ram and Ryuk and Misa and Light interacted. That's a lot of rules, man. The fact that they said that even the Shinigami don't know all of them, that's...
Well, I'm here with this private meeting. Namikawa, tell me, who do you think is Kira? Why do you want to know what I think? Besides, for all I know, it could be you, Shimura. Or maybe even Mido.
Shimura can't be Kira. He was the one who came crying to me about how he can't go along with Kira's crimes anymore.
Okay.
Really? But if Mido had turned out to be Kira, you would have been killed. No.
True.
You and Mido would have been successful on your own. There's no way either of you would need to hold those stupid meetings. Let alone with 7 others.
Oh, so he's... Okay, so they're competent enough to pull all of this on their own. So yeah, that guy does seem perceptive and smart. The guy that we have as a mole, the cute guy with the hair. You know, yeah, no homo, man. I'm just, I'm just comparing him to the others because the others look like trash.
I can at least see that much. We're all cooperating with these killings because we're afraid of Kira turning on us. I mean, it's only a matter of time until the public finds out.
Okay.
And this isn't going to stop until that happens. So, Shimura, let me ask you then, who do you think Kira might be?
Are they gonna...
Takahashi or Higuchi?
No, Takahashi's just a decoy. Kira would make sure there are people less clever than him.
Well, then it looks like we all know the truth already.
Yeah.
It's Higuchi, isn't it? Yes. He's the one who's the most obsessed with the money and success. He might always act as if he's not interested in those things, but that just proves it all the more.
And he always insults everyone around him and can't use his people well. I believe that's why he was demoted from being head of the development department. By the way, I meant to ask, was I the only one you invited here?
I also invited Owen, but he said you can hold your stupid private meetings by yourself. Go figure.
Good old Owie, always the blunt one.
Okay, so they figured it out. They pretty much figured it out, man. And yeah, these guys are smart, man. They look smart, but are they gonna try and take out the real Kira now? Because they are potentially hostages when you think about it. That those meetings and everything, like they can't say no. That one dude died because he said no. So
we can also rule out Kita as a possible suspect, as he was the one who provided the account for funds in order to commission Coil.
Namikawa, during that first meeting after Hattori died, you got a call on your cell phone. I was wondering who it was from. You know, Shimura, you really are a sharp one. Kira probably selected you because he appreciates your caution.
yeah, but he didn't answer the question. Is it L?
Namikawa speaking. It's L. Before I go on, are you by yourself? No. Just act like it's a normal call again. I don't think there's any need for that. One of the people here with me was just expressing his suspicions about your last phone call. Who is that on the line, Namikawa? It's L.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! He told him.
L, Mido and Shimura are here as well. I'm reasonably certain that neither of them are Kira. In fact, they seem fed up with him at this point. I'll speak for them and say they'll choose to stand back and watch her face off with Kira, like I plan to.
Okay, yeah, it's acceptable because they also know who the real Kira is at this point, okay? They both do. And it makes sense because, yeah, those guys were hostages pretty much. They had to obey this guy that they themselves figure, like, find less intelligent than them, so...
Tonight, I'm gonna catch Kira. But I'll need a favor from you.
He's gonna call him to tell him to watch it.
Then it's the end for Higuchi. What? You know that it's him? Ha! So even the great L can be tricked. Based on your reaction, I'm now 100% certain that Higuchi is Kira.
Namikawa was pretty
Yeah,
smart
that guy.
But always thought he was. From looking at his face, I guess this proves it.
Exactly, man. This guy looks, man. Why am I agreeing with Misa? What is wrong with him? But yeah, the guy looks smart, sharp. He looks sharp. Yeah, that's the best adjective. Like, he's sharp. He does look like.
No, that was just because light messed up.
Yeah, true.
I'm baiting Higuchi with a stage TV special tonight. Sakura TV. A few minutes into the program, I want you to contact Higuchi. Tell him to tune in. Do that for me. I won't go after you or any of the other 5. As for the others, Kida, Takahashi, and Oi, if they try to do anything, make sure to stop them.
Alright, I understand. It seems it really was Higuchi. He'll be captured tonight, apparently.
Yep. And this guy's just enjoying himself.
It's been about 3 days since I stopped killing criminals. That should be good enough, shouldn't it? Now, when I marry Misa Amane, the second Kira, I'll have the Shinigami eyes. With that power in my hands, Yotsuba will be under my
He
control.
thinks he's winning, but little does he know that his reign is about to be over. I love it. Man, this
Higuchi, we've got a problem. Turn on the television.
It's already-
Check out Sakura TV.
already happening.
So you're saying one of those people is Kira, right?
Yes, I've got a lot of evidence to prove it too.
What the hell?
That's a hilarious voice
It's
change.
probably a hoax. This is Sakura TV.
No, it's more than that. At the beginning of the show, he said that he overheard a meeting between 8 people.
What? Someone who knows about the
Okay,
meetings?
and that's what's gonna lead him to think that it's Matsuda, because he's the only one that was literally caught red-handed. And okay,
Is it? Did someone betray us?
Then one of them was killed by Chuda, and now there are only 7 left. The man who died was Mr. H.
Mr. H.
okay.
Hattori. If he knows this much, he could be one of the other 6. No, maybe it's Coil.
Mr. H wanted to leave the meeting and was killed by Chuda because of that.
Yeah,
No, we can't.
the member that was killed.
There's no benefit for them to do this. But no one else knows about the meetings, do they?
Is he
Who
gonna-
is it? What? Wait. Could it be?
Oh yeah, messed up,
It's him!
messed up. Yeah, this is so obviously staged.
His manager. Matsui, that's his name. Why is he still alive?
He explained earlier that he thought he was going to be killed. He pretended to fall out of the apartment window and escape to a balcony a few floors below.
But that can't be. Just to be careful, I went home that night and wrote his name in the notebook
That-
like it was written on
that
a
wasn't
business
his-
card. Why is he still
Not
alive
his
then?
name.
Could he be a former entertainer who became a manager using his stage name? Is that
Yep.
possible? That weren't bad enough. He said that he continued to investigate Yotsuba up until now, and he's figured out which one of us is Kira. I'm contacting everyone right now to let them know. Right.
Oh, this guy's gonna bite the bait, man.
Yes, sir, we're terribly sorry for that accident. Are you alright? We can stop if you want.
No, I knew I was going to be in danger going into this. This is for the sake of justice, so I'll see it through to the end, even if it means my
Yeah.
death.
Yeah, that's perfect. Listen, just be sure to hold off on the Kira announcement to the last minute, alright?
He,
I have to kill him.
yeah,
Lisa knows his face, so if she's the second Kira, she should know what his real name is.
oh, he's gonna call Misa. That's still good because we're gonna find out what he wants and how he kills. That's what L wants. He's probably gonna monitor Misa, bruh. Like, this is all. L is sharp, man. L is the most sharpest one in the room, man. Not considering Light, because it's like they have the same brain at this point.
It's him.
She!
Oh, what the hell?
To be honest, I've been debating for a long time whether or not I should make this announcement, but now that I'm here, I know I've done the right thing in coming forward.
This is bad. Who knows when I'll make the announcement?
Kira's identity will be announced soon.
How's me, Misa? The devilish charm.
They're now he's now calling them,
Misa's new line of lipstick.
and they're not picking up?
Mito, it's me. Are you watching Sakura TV? Why don't you call your father at the House of Counselors?
Have them pull some strings at the Ministry of Internal Affairs to stop this broadcast.
I'm watching, but I don't think we could stop it.
No one believes this program, so we'd only make ourselves look suspicious if we
That's
stopped.
true.
Besides, there shouldn't be anything to worry about. The guy revealed his face earlier. Everyone knows it's really Taro Matsui.
Namikawa's already gone ahead and told everyone to watch the show. Since one of us 7 has to be Kira, that should mean Taro Matsui.
Yeah, that's smart of them. They're just playing a fool. Like, oh, well, we don't know who Kira is, but he's been informed because everybody was being informed about the show. And we already know, like, we saw who it is, so he just needs to write the name and it's gone. We don't need to worry about it. But he himself said he already tried it. So, and if he says, that's not gonna work, I already wrote the name, then he's gonna be revealing himself to them so he can't say anything. That's so smart! I love it!
Right. Of course, I'm the only one who knows or even suspects that Taro Matsui isn't his real name. That means if I say anything, it'll reveal the fact that I'm Kira.
He's in a bind.
Yeah, it's true. I'll talk to you later.
Bruh, they pulled the rug from under him and he's all alone in this. He can't, he can't rely on anybody. He is all alone, man.
Stay tuned to Sakura TV. Damn it! Ryuzaki, Mogi is in position in front of Yoshida Productions. He's just received a call from Higuchi. Yes, it's time for phase 2.
Bruh, this is so good.
Mr. Higuchi, pleasure to hear from you. I'm sorry, but Misa's taking a much-needed vacation right now. She should be back by tomorrow morning, though. You can reach her then. I'm asking you where she is now. Well, that's private information. She's requested that no one know where she is. I'm very sorry. I'll have
He's just revealing himself, man.
Damn, I know his face. I could kill him at any time if only I knew his name. Do you know if Misa's former manager was an entertainer at some point? Come again?
Okay, now he's the one for sure. Now L knows it, man. But the fact that he can get the Shinigami eyes at any point from Rem, right? What if he asks for that and then just plays back the thing where they messed up and looks at the screen? He should be able to, like you guys told me, that the pictures work too. So.
Oh, I was only recently hired, so I don't know much about him. If you need some information, I can let you talk to someone from the office. I just remembered, everyone's in Okinawa at the moment. You could try calling the president, though. This is going
this is
as I planned. It's almost scary. You shouldn't be scared, right? You should be happy. I'm patching you into Higuchi's call with the president of Yoshida Productions. This is Higuchi from Yotsuba. That manager's real name is Taro Matsui.
He's not even pretending.
Yeah, man, now he's just...
Is he? Stupid Higuchi.
If he's acting like that, it's proof of panic. And what was his real name? I think it was Yamada. No, wait. Yamashita. And his first name was... sorry, I can't remember. Don't screw with me! Why the hell can't you remember the names of the people you hire? Alright, no need for that kind of language. I've got his personnel file back at the office. Go back there and get it. You gotta be kidding me. Give me a break. We're on our first company vacation in 4
Bruh.
years. But if you want to know that badly, I'll give you the pin code for the office lot. You can go in yourself.
And now they can trap him too!
Personnel files are in the desk at the back to the left. We'll find them filed in the bottom drawer. They should all be sorted alphabetically. And I'm pretty sure it was Yamashita. They're going to announce it at the end of the program. That means I have 2 hours.
Bruh, he has so caught the bait.
What's he gonna do?
He took a gun? You have the Death Note, my guy. And his car is being bugged, so now they can see him probably and hear him. And they're tailing him, bruh.
I see Higuchi. He's only carrying a single bag. I'm in pursuit.
Bruh, this is too much.
Everything's still
He
going
took the bait perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him no matter what. I've come this far, I won't let them stop me. I'm not giving up until I have everything.
Yeah, well... Man, he's such a fool. Rem really chose a guy with not that much intelligence. I mean, at this point when you think about it, would you like, if it was me, I would be like, screw it, man. It's all caught up to me. It's at this point I need the eyes. I would make the deal and just kill the guy, like by rewinding the TV and looking at his face and his name. Because this is going too far, man. To risk it, like only 2 hours to go to a place where you haven't been, like alone, And it's such an obvious setup, man. Everybody's just mocking Yuki, calling that guy, and the guy is like, oh, it's this name. No, wait, oh, no, it's that name. Oh, well, you know, it's back at the office. You can go and get, bro. No, hell no, you know? So, yeah, this guy has he's done, man. He's pretty much done. He already said all he needed to say over the phone. He proved what Misa already told him, and now they're just gonna catch him, and at this point, the only reason he's not behind bars is because Al wants to know everything. Like, he wants to know how he kills. And that's pretty much everything he wants to know. So he doesn't care about who Kira is at this point because he knows it's this guy. So, yeah, this is pretty much over, guys. I'm just waiting to see how this is all gonna go back to light. Because at some point, it's supposed, like, I think... Like, this is all according, man, the question is this all according to Light's plan? Is it all according to Light's plan? Like, the Light before, the previous Kira, the original Kira, is this all his plan? You know, because you see that Rem is acting on Light's orders. Like, Rem has recognized that Light has that brain capacity to think everything over, even though he, you know, so... I don't know how this is gonna all wind up to you know, maybe remind Light that he's Kira. And tell me in the comments, how do you do that? Because I thought it was by touching the Death Note, but apparently not. You only still are just able to see the Shinigami and not actually remember everything. So, do you need to become an owner again? So this guy needs to die and you need to be the owner? I don't know, man, but yeah. This is getting interesting, guys, but I ain't gonna prolong this outro that much. I really enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I'll see you in the next one, which I'm gonna be starting in a couple of seconds because I'm too excited. See ya, guys. Love you.